are you? Hi, how are you? How are you doing? Wait, that's my song.
Hey, how are you? I'm good. How are you doing?
Wait a second, I made that song. Welcome to Conrad's house, my house. I'm not sure if I'll say that at the beginning of all of these videos. Comment below, does that sound nice? Do you like that? Or should I say, welcome to my house? I'm Conrad and welcome to my house. I kind of like that. Hey guys, I'm Conrad and welcome to my house. I'm drinking a beautiful, delicious instant coffee with milk. That is what I drink every day, so it's not like I'm not used to it. Why do I do that? 1, convenience. 2, it's easier to drink more when you drink instant coffee, which I guess amounts to convenience. I don't drink that much coffee anymore. I drink 2 cups every day, sometimes 3, if I've got a lot ahead of me that day. But I've gone through different phases of coffee drinking. I started drinking coffee when I was 15. When COVID happened, my siblings came back from college, so they started living with us again. And my brother had started drinking coffee at college, so he started making coffee in the morning. And I just one day was like, I wonder what that would feel like. Ryland, can I have a cup of coffee? And he's like, sure. So he gives me a cup of coffee. This moment I didn't realize was going to change my life forever, for maybe the better, maybe the worse, I don't know. Up until that point, I thought I would never drink coffee. What the heck? That's just something adults do. Tired adults who don't understand what is important in life. That was my thought process. I was like, oh, those adults, they need a drug to wake up and function? How ridiculous is that? And then when I drank it for the first time, I felt like God. And I was like, oh my God, that's what this is about. I was on Zoom classes and suddenly I was like participating. I was like unmuting and being like, guys, I'm watching Breaking Bad. I probably became the most annoying student. But I still had this idea like, I never want to get addicted to it. So I was only drinking it every other day. And what that ended up accomplishing was every other day, I just sort of had like a shitty day because I wasn't drinking coffee. And then at a point, I believe I was 17, I decided to go for it. I was like, you know what? It's every day now, bro. And ever since then, it's been every day. Except for 1 month where I tried to make a video. I tried to make a I quit coffee for a month video. And I quit coffee for a month, fully accomplished that, filmed it, and then never edited it. And that was like over a year ago now, so that's never gonna happen. And you're probably thinking, how did that month go? If you quit coffee for a month? It sucked. It was like the worst month. It was so boring. I was like, tired. And it did help me understand my relationship with coffee better. It helped me understand what parts of my life it improves and which parts of my life it does not improve. Mainly anxiety. I should zoom this in. I feel like I'm kind of low in the frame. That looks better, right? You like that? I think that's better. Mainly anxiety. The coffee gives me a little bit of anxiety, but it's a trade-off I'm willing to make at this time. It's funny, this lens cap says Sigma on it. Huh. Talking about nothing today. Not talking about nothing, talking about coffee. But I just think maybe talking about nothing is okay. YouTube is a place where you gotta be always convincing people to watch your videos. And what is the point of that? Why do you always have to be so convincing to people? I guess it's their attention span. Their attention span is short because there's so much out there. It's so saturated. You gotta make a case for yourself immediately. Suck them in. But that's why I started this channel. Is I have this other channel, Conrad's channel, and that channel is now going to be exclusively comedy sketches. You know, we'll see about 100% exclusively. We'll see about that. But the reason is I've been doing these more long form, less specific videos on that channel as well. I've tried to make them more specific, like, talking about a story or talking about something I'm doing commentary on. But the long form videos never do as well as the sketches. And what I've realized is people are mainly there for the sketches. And when they see the long form videos, they go, this is not a format I'm used to. This is not a side of Conrad I'm used to. So they just don't watch it, or they watch it and unsubscribe, or they watch it and they enjoy it. There is a population that does that. And that is the population I'm inviting over here. So this channel is where you get to opt in to my long rants. It's not really rants. Maybe it's rants sometimes, but it's more just like explorations. Because rant, I feel like, implies an angry connotation. So yes, I've started this new channel, and I think I'm gonna just like kind of pop on here, talk about stuff. It is a type of video that I do feel passionate about. Because there are really 2 types of videos I feel passionate about. Comedy sketches, and then these long form things. Because I think point of view and personality is a really fun thing to express on the internet. Instant coffee. I just posted a sketch on Conrad's channel that I think is hilarious. Recently, Conrad's channel has gotten a little bit more attention. The video How People Close Computers in Movies got a bunch of views, and I was out on my backpacking trip while that video was getting views, so I was like checking YouTube Studio at night going, holy shit, oh my god. So many people watching it. People were watching it, commenting. The funniest comments are the people who like were hating on my girlfriend Mila. It's crazy. This one person was like, can somebody please obliterate the phone lady? Because in the sketch she's on her phone not paying attention to what I'm doing. So people hate her. And one person was like, this sketch is probably actually about how miserable it is to be with her. She showed those hate comments to her mom, and her mom found them really entertaining. She said her mom kept asking like, are there any more hate comments on that video? But yeah, that video did really well as far as my channel goes. So that was exciting, and it's very encouraging. I made another sketch that sort of spoofs on YouTube gurus. Like there's this whole industry of YouTubers who talk about how to be a YouTuber, and it's this meta existence that I don't understand. Yeah. And like, yeah, there's a huge demographic now for people who want to be YouTubers, who are trying to start YouTube channels, and they're just appealing to that demographic. And you know, as long as there is an audience, the content will continue to exist. But it all looks and sounds the same. It's like, you know, honestly, I am sort of exposing myself for watching a lot of the videos because I want to be a YouTuber. They get recommended to me and I click them because they're promising me knowledge on how to approach the platform. And I have gained some helpful tidbits from these videos. But what frustrates me about them is the packaging of the videos themselves and the way that they sound and move. They've all got these like subtle sound effects. I've started hating the like subtle sound effects on YouTube because they clearly are put in so painstakingly and tediously. These little like, you know, those like little click sounds and stuff that keep your brain engaged. I hate them because I just think about the fact that they took time to be added, and I'm like, but it's so subtle. It bothers me. I'm like, guys, just don't put it in there. I think it bothers me because I don't want to do it, and I tend to think about how I can replicate what I'm watching. So when I hear these painstakingly added subtle little sound effects that like are brain candy, I'm like, I don't want to fucking take the time to add that. Stop. I think the first person I heard those sound effects come from was Johnny Harris, the like political journalism YouTuber. I don't know if he pioneered this style of editing, but that like educational style of editing, that's where I first saw it, and now I see it everywhere. It's like a hallmark now of the YouTube style, and that's what we're going against. We're going against the grain here on Conrad's House and Conrad's channel, respectively. But the sketch that I made doesn't really have those sound effects and stuff. It's not really structured like one of those YouTube videos, honestly, because those YouTube videos are not that fun to watch, at least in the context of a sketch. So I structured it more like 2015 YouTube, and I wore a Jax Films sweatshirt because I was sort of referencing Jax Films in the way that I was talking and, you know, just going about the whole thing. So that was a fun little detail to add. It's like, oh yeah, I'll just pay homage to one of my old idols. He's still making videos. I still watch them. Coffee's almost gone. We're almost done. Double sip. I like this mug a lot, actually. It's got this whale. I feel like this is one of the local mugs. There's a pottery place near my house. Talking about nothing? Talking about everything. God, I've wanted to do this for a long time. Just sort of talk. I'm treating this as an experiment, and that's what I've been doing with everything recently. And I think that's what you have to do if you want to move the needle anywhere. Because if you treat everything like you are in the end game, you won't be able to take feedback as easily. And I've been trying to take feedback as constructively as I can and with as little ego as I can, taking things as least personally as I can. And that's how I've been approaching Conrad's channel, and that's how I'm going to approach this channel. I'm throwing shit at the wall and I'm seeing what sticks. And I feel like the shit that would stick to the wall would probably be the wettest shit. Probably the least formed shit when you think about it. Because if you poop out a nice hard log and you throw that at the wall, it's just going to bounce off. But if you know how sometimes you poop and it's like a mound? If you throw one of those at the wall, it's probably going to stick right on. So essentially this channel is like my poop mound. It's like a mound of poop that I poop in the morning after I drink instant coffee. And I'm just chucking it at you. So you're welcome. What else? What else? I've dyed my hair a few times in my life. It's funny how, in life, when you think to yourself, I will never do that, that is a good sign that you are going to do it soon, at least in my experience. If I think to myself, I remember thinking to myself when I was 10 or 11 years old, I will never dye my hair. That is completely pointless. I used to look at cosmetic alterations, like to your appearance, as completely pointless, because why does it ever matter what you look like? And I remember thinking I will never dye my hair when I was 11. And then I was watching Teens React, and there was this one kid on Teens React that had this stripe of bleach in his hair, and he had this little coif with a stripe of bleach, and I remember looking at that and being like, that kid's so fucking cool, I want that. And so I got bleach and I bleached the front of my hair at home. It ended up not being a stripe, it was more of like a blotch, and so I had that like 11-year-old boy bleach blotch in the front of my hair. And then when I was 12, I went full Markiplier. And you can see that on the start of Conrad's channel. I think my thinking was I wanted to be a YouTuber, so I dyed my hair like a YouTuber would. And when I'm 12 years old at the start of Conrad's channel, almost 10 years ago, I've got this crazy like red swoop. It's crazy. It's kind of fucking awesome. I might do it again one day. At least I'm not ruling it out. And then I bleached my hair a few times in college. Right before freshman year, I bleached my whole head, and it was crazy because I had really long hair and it fried all of it. And then I shaved it off and then I let that grow out. I kind of liked that. I kind of liked the grown out bleach look. And then sophomore year, I think I bleached it again. Yeah, in the middle of the year. And then since then, I don't think I've bleached it. Yeah, I don't think I've bleached it since then. I've just been brown hair guy for a while. Well, anyway, I kind of talked for a while now. I think I'm going to get on with the rest of my day. We'll see. I'm going to edit this video and post it. Then I'll get on with the rest of my day. I need a channel banner. Anyways, I'll see you guys very soon.